It's recording, I swear this time.
Okay.
This time it really is. It stops because the battery dies. That's the second thing that could happen. The battery will stop and you don't know until you go check it and you realize it's 30 seconds.
Oh, no.
Oh boy, okay. Welcome to this snapshot, everybody. I'm here with our two Project FOCUS directors. Samantha Ruthven, Sam, who is the director for the sites in Baldwin, White Cloud, and Hesperia. And I'm going to get it wrong again. I know Kofi, don't tell me, it's Peshabi.
Woohoo!
Kofi Peshabi. I'm not saying it quite right, but it's close enough. Better than Patchaby. All right, Peshabi, who is the director for the sites in Muskegon Heights, Walkerville, and Hart. So if you have a student in any of those schools and they're not involved with Project FOCUS, they should be. They can get all the information at their school office, tells them how to register. Registration's happening now because school's already started, but programming starts in a few weeks, right?
Right.
All right. You don't know this, but we shot this once, only we didn't shoot it, so now we're doing it a second time, and we're all thinking about how can we be better than last time. We won't be funnier, we won't be better. It's not going to happen. So, first of all, let's cover what Project FOCUS is real briefly. Kids come after school, and it's only after school, so as soon as school gets out till roughly 5:15, 5:30ish, whatever. They get a snack, a meal.
Yeah, so when they get out of school, it's a full meal. Okay. So it's served through, it's a USDA approved meal through a program called CACFP. So
and
full
I'll
meal.
just point out for the uninitiated, for a lot of these kids, it might be the only meal they're going to get after school. Sad, but true. Sometimes there's not dinner at home, so this is a really big deal that they get an actual meal out of it. Then there's dedicated homework time, and then there's time that's set aside for all kinds of different enrichment programs. Everything from Taekwondo classes to Lego robotics to all kinds of other cool stuff that they do. So tell me, what's something that's happening this year that you're particularly excited about?
Yeah, college and career readiness, which is something we've been working on to try to get our kids ready for the real world.
Right.
Because some of the kids may be interested in going to the traditional four-year college, or some may be interested in going the trade school route. But helping them out, figuring out which route
and how to get there, right?
How to get there. Once they get there, what to do to become successful.
Right.
Just another resource too. There's in our county, there's lots of resources to help parents in that high school level once they get to that application process. But we start doing this kind of curriculum with our kids at the elementary school to find their spark. What are they interested in? How can they turn those passions into career goals? And it doesn't always have to be college. It can be an apprenticeship or being an entrepreneur, and so we talk about all of that as well.
So college preparedness, that's awesome. What's the other thing you're really excited about?
So last spring we bought 3D printers for our sites, and they are phenomenal. They're going to be part of our makerspace stations and rooms, and the kids use a computer application to design, and then they get to print whatever they imagine in 3D.
And I'm like totally geeked about this, being the science nerd that I am, and I guarantee Dan Postum is completely geeked because he's a bigger science nerd than I am. So he's especially geeked about this.
Lots of playing.
Yeah, this is the coolest thing in the world, I think.
Yeah.
And this is like cutting edge technology that we have in Hesperia, White Cloud, Baldwin. This is a big deal. This is very cool. They don't have 3D printers in Rochester Adams High School where I went to, They probably do, but I don't know. But you mentioned the maker spaces, so that's just, explain that a little bit.
We have rooms or an area of the rooms that we utilize in the schools that are set up that have the 3D printers, but then they have honestly, it just looks kind of like a garage, somebody that goes out and does some
like on Myth Builders, that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. And the kids, so they're directed on either they're given an objective that they have to solve, or the kids can go on there and just free think and create on their own. So they're taking apart VCRs and battery-operated toys and putting them together in new ways to see what they can create.
If you think about how we grew up.
How we grew up? We grew up very different, I think. Go ahead.
When you think about the things you play, you take an old radio and take it apart and mess with it and have the opportunity to make it into something else or see what the different parts were and try to see what happens when you connect the different parts that were not connected the way they were connected before.
So I couldn't do that growing up. My dad would have beat me silly if I took apart the radio. What did you do? I don't mean literally beat me silly, but you know.
Yeah, but those opportunities have gone away in many ways.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So now we're trying to bring it back, and give the kids a chance to really, play and think through those things and maybe come up with something cool. The next, Bill Gates, the next.
And get frustrated too. So
exactly. And we talk about that too. Fail. It's okay to fail. What did you learn from failure? Too often kids are not creative thinkers anymore because teachers are forced to teach to the test. Teachers, I'm not preaching to the choir, you know what I'm talking about. But to teach them to be thinkers. And so if we can come alongside the schools and offer that, that's ACEs. Because you're right, we've got some really big problems facing our species that we need to address. And the creative thinkers are going to be the ones that fix them. And direct that kind of thing and teach kids to think creatively and then give them a chance to try and fail and whatever else. This is awesome.
And the materials to do it. And
very, very cool. All right, what else? What did we talk about last time that we can bring back? How did little Johnny come up? How did we get
we were talking about organization or something.
We were talking about the tutoring help and working directly with the schools because we have very close working relationships with the schools and with the teachers. And so sometimes a teacher will know that a given student, and you said little Johnny, for example, and I said it's terrible when the parents named him little Johnny. That's a horrible name for a kid. Unless he has a brother named Big Johnny. Okay, but if little Johnny... So if a teacher comes to one of our site directors and says, hey, this kid's particularly struggling with this, can you make sure, do something, we can then, using our programming, work on his math skills or his science skills or his reasoning skills or whatever, which I think is kind of neat again. So that's just a great example of the collaboration we have.
Collaboration, the relationships.
All right, so registration's happening now. Check at your office of your school, parents or kids if you're watching this, and programming will be starting
19th and the 26th.
Okay, so mid-late September. All right, cool. All right. Kofi and Sam, Project Focus. Thanks for watching the Snapshot. We'll see you next time. Let's hope this recorded. I say that, but you don't know.